Straight ahead on 12 News, an uprising over a Walmart, where residents hope a Walmart store never gets built. Then regular citizens who did extraordinary acts, what they did that earned them an award from the county sheriff. But first, a guilty plea involving a shooting at a Brooklyn Park city park. 12 News starts right now. Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman says it was a shooting that demanded a stiffer sentence. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Johnson.
And I'm Alexandra Renslow. Deshaun Roberts has pleaded guilty in the death of a teenager during a shooting last April at Brooklyn Park's Central Park. The Hennepin County Attorney's Office says Roberts is expected to receive a 21-year prison sentence, which is more time than sentencing guidelines. Prosecutors asked for a longer sentence because the shooting endangered others in the park. According to the criminal complaint, a disagreement between a group of young men quickly became heated. The complaint says it was Roberts who grabbed a gun and started shooting in the parking lot. Now, one of the bullets hit 16-year-old Terrence Creamer of Columbia Heights. Creamer was not the intended target. In other news, a Plymouth neighborhood continues its fight to keep a retail giant from moving into their area.
Walmart owns the property on the site of the Four Seasons Mall, but the retail giant has yet to make a formal proposal to the city to build a store at that location. As Delane Cleveland reports, many local residents hope that store never gets built.
Plymouth's Four Seasons Mall is a virtual ghost town. Walmart bought the property 2 years ago with the idea of building a 150,000 square foot, 24-hour supercenter. At the time, residents weren't happy about it.
Walmart has not been very forthcoming in really wanting to meet with the community.
Wednesday night at an open house in Plymouth,
what are you going to be doing to address the concerns of people who have lived near Walmart and moved to get away from it?
that attitude didn't change much.
Maybe I'm a little bit naive about things, but the first time that I ever saw prostitution was the girls walking the street near the Walmart.
Amy Clems once lived near a Walmart in Arizona. She was among the large group of people who attended the open house to review Walmart's possible redevelopment of the site.
It frustrates me that they think that this amount of traffic in a sleepy little neighborhood is sustainable in any fashion.
Many of the people who live nearby echoed the same concerns, which Walmart officials did their best to address.
We own this property. We are committed to doing something here. We want to fix this property up.
Residents, however, held firm on the idea that a Walmart wasn't the right fit for the nearly vacant mall.
We've got a Target that is, a 3-minute drive away. Why on earth would we need a Walmart?
Meantime, Walmart officials say they're confident they'll win over the naysayers.
There may be a lot of folks in Plymouth that aren't familiar with our Walmart brand, and I'm confident that a lot of their questions were answered tonight and that they got a lot of information, so it's a good start.
Well, Walmart officials also reiterated that they have not made an application yet to build on the site, and they said they're not sure what they're going to propose. Meanwhile, Mike and Alex, the city of Plymouth would have to rezone the property to allow Walmart to build there.
All right, Delane, thank you very much. In Brooklyn Center, Mayor Tim Wilson says the new Walmart there can't stock the shelves fast enough. He says because of the store's initial success, Walmart plans to hire an additional 200 people to meet demand. The new Walmart is the anchor store of the Shingle Creek Crossing development that replaced Brookdale Mall. Best Buy has opened what it calls a Best Buy mobile store in Brooklyn Center. It's part of a new strategy the company is employing across the country. Best Buy mobile stores are strictly focused on mobile technology like smartphones, music players, and tablets.
We're different than everybody else because we carry all carriers under one roof. We can help the customers find exactly what they need. We give informed, impartial advice. We make sure that we match the customer to the right price plan, to the right device.
Best Buy closed its big box store on Earl Brown Drive last June. Brooklyn Park is seeing some impressive growth when it comes to employment in the city.
Since 2010, job growth in the city has increased by more than 14%. That's better than any other metro area city of similar size.
Quarter over quarter, we're seeing an increase in our employment within Brooklyn Park. So we want to continue that trend and continue to support those businesses here and hopefully attract new ones to the community.
Around 80 Brooklyn Park businesses and representatives gathered at a city event Thursday called Business Forward. It's an effort to connect businesses with city resources and also promote networking among local entrepreneurs.
If we're going to be able to be a thriving business here, we have to make sure that residents, businesses are able to help each other and know what are the issues and try and figure out collectively how we can kind of approach those together.
Brooklyn Park started its Business Forward initiative about a year ago.
Supporters of a proposed light rail line stretching from Minneapolis to Brooklyn Park hope a meeting next month with Golden Valley city officials will keep the discussion going. Golden Valley has objected to the proposed Bottineau line alignment, which would run along an existing rail line in the eastern part of that city. Next month, the city will meet with county and Met Council officials in an effort to clear up any misunderstandings. Without approval of every city along the route, proponents say federal funding could be jeopardized. They are regular citizens who stepped in and did something extraordinary.
In the case of Jane and Robert Hansen, they helped save a life in Brooklyn Center. Jane was honored by the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office on Wednesday night. She noticed a little girl who sank to the bottom of a swimming pool inside a Brooklyn Center apartment complex. She used a shepherd's hook to reach the girl while her husband Robert helped pull the girl off the bottom. Others performed CPR. The 7-year-old ended up making a full recovery. Jane says the award hasn't quite sunk in yet, but she feels like she just did what anyone would have done.
When I think about it, it brings the chills back to my back and tears to my eyes, knowing that if we hadn't been there, she'd have died.
Also honored were 17-year-old Simone Simpson and 17-year-old Carrie Hawkinson. They were on duty as lifeguards at the Maple Grove Community Pool when a 4-year-old boy had gone under. They ended up saving that little boy's life. Great stories. Well, to say that he's overcome a lot would be an underestimate.
We'll meet an Armstrong student who inspires others. And then later in sports, defending state champion Wayzata is set for the start of the girls' soccer playoffs.
But first, it's a look at your AccuWeather forecast.
Minnesota is ahead of most other states in arts education, but there is still room for improvement.
And that's according to a new statewide arts education study released today by Golden Valley School. The study found that 99% of public schools offer arts courses, and most of them used licensed art teachers. But some schools don't offer choices beyond music and visual arts. And nearly 2/3 of schools in the state spend less than $10 per student each year for arts-related teaching materials.
Arts education is not a luxury. It's a basic right for all Minnesota students and needs to be incorporated as an intrinsic part of a school's educational program.
More than 600 schools were surveyed for this study. Well, we want to introduce you to a Robbinsdale Armstrong senior who is not afraid of a challenge.
Today's standout student is an African immigrant who is one of 15 children. And as Shannon Slatton shows us, Otis Gaye is on his way to being the second in his large family to go to college.
Okay, you cut part of the chicken.
In anatomy class,
Is that supposed to be a thumb or?
students are learning there's more to a chicken
You might want to cut off the flesh right here.
than what meets the eye.
Stop.
The same could be true for Otis Gaye.
I think it would be a waste if I'm not successful in life.
The 18-year-old came to this country as a child to escape war in Africa.
When I first moved to this country, kids would pick on me and I didn't really know how to handle it. So I was shy and didn't really say nothing.
But he credits teachers with encouraging him to push for more.
He's a very mature young man, and he's faced a lot of adversity. And so what we're really proud of is the fact that he's able to overcome that. And not only is he doing well in school, but also he's really excited about going to college.
And Otis is on his way. He's in advanced placement classes and doing well.
My favorite Otis line is last year when he said to me, "Miss Hall, this is so great. I didn't even think I was going to college, and now I can't decide which one. They're all awesome."
But Otis is thriving outside of the classroom, too. His teammates elected him captain of the football team, and then the student body elected him homecoming king.
I was shocked. I didn't really expect to be a king, but to be chosen by my friends as a homecoming king was really exciting.
Most of the teachers in the school would agree he's one of our favorite students because of his work ethic and his positive attitude. So he really looks up to teachers and gets a lot of guidance from them, and we love having him in class.
In Plymouth, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
And Otis is still deciding on colleges, but he says he wants to major in education and become a history teacher. Coming up after going without for a year, we'll show you one place where pumpkins will make a comeback this weekend.
But first in sports, Champlin Park's girls tennis team battles a tough foe in section tournament play. John Jacobson is in next.
A pretty good season turned in by Champlin Park tennis players this year.
Comes up a little bit short. They come up a little bit short, but against a tough opponent. Yeah. So yeah, overall, definitely a good run. For the second straight season, Champlin Park's girls tennis team advanced to the semifinals of Section 5AA. There they met Centennial, the team that knocked them out a year ago. Highlights from #1 singles, Jenna Sundstrom in the far court for Centennial. Riley Abasakra for Champlin Park. Sundstrom gets the point on the overhead smash, and she wins in straight sets. 2 singles, Anna Markgraf serving for Champlin Park. DeKelly Jackmowski. Markgraf gets the point on the forehand passing shot. But Jackmowski wins the match. A forehand winner here, coming up deep in the corner, and she takes it 6-1 at 6-2 over Markgraf. Good rally at 3 singles between Centennial's Danielle Olson and Champlin Park's Sarah Handel. Olson will take the point, and she also took the match. 6-4, 7-6 is the final. At #2 doubles, Jessie Kelly and Emily Shostrom in the near court for the Rebels. Kelly with the backhand winner coming up right down the line. Nice shot there. But later in the match, the Cougars duo of Emily Johnson and Megan Longan make some good shots. They take this point and go on to win the match in straight sets. Centennial also takes #3 doubles. Taylor Locke and Jasmine Bretoy beating Danielle Wolf and Sam Conzit 6-3, 6-2. The Rebels lose 7-0. The Cougars later lost to Mounds View for the section title. The playoffs for soccer teams in Section 6AA start tonight, Thursday. That's when the defending state champions from Wayzata hope to start another long playoff run. Though they've had a very good regular season and earned the #1 seed for the 6AA tournament, it hasn't been all smooth sailing for the Trojans. They have 2 losses and 2 ties, but played stronger down the stretch than at the beginning of the season.
In the beginning, it was a little bit shaky. We weren't doing bad, but we still had some kinks that we had to work out. And in the last couple games, we've really hit a really strong stride, and we've been playing really well. And if we continue that going, I think we'll do pretty well.
I'd say the last 4 or 5 games, we've performed very well. I mean, we've had different opponents along the way. We've had a couple of easier games. We've had some real tough games that were still close, but the girls have, I thought in part, have controlled good portions of the game.
Wayzata is ranked #8 in the state Class AA poll and were unranked for a time. Not a lot of respect for such a good program, and the players and coaches did notice.
To be honest, I think it kind of motivated us more. Like, it kind of, like that underdog feeling, like you feel more motivated to go out there. Whereas if we were #1, then we might, like, you know, kind of just roll by. But like when you feel like you need to work harder, like I think that really helps the team.
Well, I hope so, because I think overall it shows that either people don't respect them or they don't like them and they don't want them to be up there, because quite frankly, we should have been up there most of the time anyway. But you know, that doesn't matter. I've said it all along that we're all going to make the playoffs, and it all starts on Thursday night for everybody.
Wayzata hosts Cooper Thursday evening in the Section 6AA quarterfinals. The winner advances to the semis Saturday. We're steaming toward the end of the regular season in girls swimming and diving. The Maple Grove Crimson hope to finish strong with another Northwest Suburban title. The team gets back in the water Thursday at Anoka's Fred Moore Pool after a little time off, from meets anyway. A couple of weeks between competitions leaves plenty of time for practice, which may or may not be a good thing.
Well, our coaches think it's a good thing because it's a really good time for them to push us extra hard, not having to worry about how tired we'll be for meets. But for us, it's kind of scary. We never know what's going to happen at practices.
A lot of practices, our whole team right now is so sore. We were just talking about it before we got in, like, can't even move our arms, so.
Maple Grove's last meet was the Crimson Invitational September 29th, where they placed second behind Wayzata. If they can defeat Anoka Thursday, Maple Grove will stay unbeaten in conference meets and get a chance to swim for the conference title. The Northwest Suburban went to 2 divisions for girls swimming, and the 2 winners will square off next week. The chance for a title is big in more ways than one.
We're really looking to be conference champs again. I mean, that's been a tradition for us, and our coach made us a bet that if we win conference champs, we get to shave his head. So we're excited to do that, hopefully.
It's an incentive because he has really long hair right now, so it's just a fun thing to do.
If they beat Anoka, Maple Grove will host their crossover race for the conference title next Thursday, likely against Centennial, and Matt's hair will come off.
Yeah, he had a good head of hair,
Yes,
so that
he
would
does.
be kind of fun. Thanks a lot, John. Election day is more than 3 weeks away, and one thing, though, is sure already. There will be a new mayor in Robbinsdale.
Mike Holtz has decided not to run again, but two people are running for that job. One is Regan Murphy, who serves on the city's planning commission. He's running against George Selman, who serves on the Robbinsdale City Council.
I'm Regan Murphy, and I want to be your next mayor of Robbinsdale. I was born here, attended Robbinsdale schools, and love living here with my beautiful wife, Chris, and our 3 children. For the first time in 16 years, Robbinsdale residents are voting for a new mayor. I have the experience, vision, and energy to make our city an even better place to live and work. Robbinsdale will be stronger by making neighborhoods safer and driving increased economic development to our city. As your mayor, I offer a fresh perspective and the experience to manage the city's challenges and opportunities. A vote for Regan Murphy will result in a win for Robbinsdale. I ask for your vote on November 6th. Thank you for your support.
My name is George Selman, and I am a candidate for mayor of Robbinsdale. I have been a tireless volunteer and community leader in Robbinsdale for more than 25 years. I currently represent the 3rd Ward on the City Council. I have a proven record of being fiscally conservative, and I'm always looking for ways to decrease spending. In this year's budget, I supported reducing overall spending while at the same time adding a full-time police officer. I promise to bring smart spending and all of my experience to the office of mayor. To learn more about me and my goals for Robbinsdale, please go to my website at www.georgeselman4mayor.com. I look forward to meeting you in the near future and ask for your vote on November 6th.
On Friday, Robbinsdale Council candidates. We'll be right back.
Last year, a poor crop forced the Plymouth Fire Department to go without a fall tradition for the first time in 20 years.
But this year, the pumpkins are back at the fire department's open house thanks to a donation from Missy's Farmers Market in Loretto. More than 500 pumpkins will be given away. All you have to do is bring in a non-perishable food item, a homemade fire escape plan, or a fire safety poster. It all starts at noon Saturday at Fire Station 3, and that's on Dunkirk Lane in Plymouth. That'll do it. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
Community Corner is coming up next.